This week, I decided to share my thoughts on why I skipped Tian Ezra and how my decision impacted my overall gameplay up to 1.8 patch. Let's talk about Tian first. Birdman with the good looks, and some even gave him nickname Bird Oppa. What exactly is Tian's role and what comp to play him well? He has a channeling skill that consumes Eureka Bar to deal AoE reality damage to all enemies. Another skill is basically a debuff that reduces reality defense while dealing reality damage and apply Genesis damage as well. Tian's ultimate is the Big Y, the biggest reason for pulling him. Mass debuff, damage boost on all allies by 20% and up to 40% if you are dealing reality damage. His Insight 3 is also the other reason why players pull for him. Just by existing on the field, you are utilizing his passive well. Every round, one enemy will get Shape of Bone debuff. So if you are dealing with single raid boss, just by standing there, he is applying debuff every round. Pretty cool passive. He is less AP hungry compared to other units. So, he is good to pair with Spathadia, Charmaine, Centurion, and other reality user. If he is so good, why did I skip him? I mean, his ultimate animation is cool and all, but I am running national team for a lot of events these days, and Spathadia comp is quite flexible to build. Necrologist, though, can be AP hungry, but pairing Necrologist with Charmaine and Spathadia with another healer besides Tooth Fairy still does the job well. His design is meant to make some raids easier to clear without having multiple portrays of some characters. If you are having DPS limitation in any battle mode, he is there to make things easier for you. For newer players that just join the game, he is good pickup if you have Miss Charmaine, lacking of Cornblum, or you do not own multiple portrays Necrologist, he is a good pickup. But for old players, there are just way too many variety team comp to build your deck. And this is also best part of Reverse 1999 gameplay, you can have a lot of varieties to clear any contents. Then again, because he is AP friendly, some of the CN users like to use him in reality team comp. It is easier to deal with tanky enemies and clear faster in limbo or hit higher damage charts in raids. But running other alternative, you still get the job done and clear within limit and scoring SSS ranks as well. Because of this, I decided to skip him out. His role is mainly as debuffer, damage buffer, and secondary DPS from passive admonition AoE damage. The admonition damage is not particularly impressive to me either. There is some extra damage, not too spectacular and not a very straightforward kit. Imagine putting multiple complicated characters into a team comp, something like Spathadia, Tian Ezra. You kind of have to plan ahead few moves to utilize them effectively. Sometimes, you just want to get some things done, and he is not AI autoplay design friendly too. But that is just me. I personally feel his design is in an awkward spot and feels like dev team testing water on how to use Eureka Bar for other perspective gameplay. Since he was introduced right around the Eureka mechanics with 37 and 6 and Mushroom Boy, Ezra. His stats are not as tanky as Charmaine. I would place him at best a tier 2 unit for now. Now let's explore his Psycube. Same old story is the Psycube designed to add more DPS to his kit. You can tell that because his role is more obvious now with this Psycube. He is supposed to be consistent AoE damage that will slowly add on over time. Same old story adds penetration rate, and to get the full effect of this Psycube, you have to use action point with Tian, which is a good thing depending on how your gameplay style. By spamming channeling, you build up Eureka, then land admonition damage every round with this Psycube. But, Spathadia is AP hungry, and in raids, you will mostly spend most of your AP on building up Spathadia Moxie to maximum to get her ultimate as soon as possible. There is just not much AP left for Tian. Since Tian is from the half-year anniversary patch 1.6, I am pretty sure by now, everyone will use all their savings to pull Chunyang. Chunyang is the only tier 0 character that has high DPS, slightly tanky, and can unleash potential of 37, even 0 portray 37 to the fullest. Just like Virgil is the cheat code for Devil May Cry, Chunyang is the Virgil of Reverse 1999. To make things worse, they design Isolde in patch 1.7 in such a way that her kit is very overloaded as well. Whatever Tian was destined to do with his kit, Isolde can fill up the shoes better as secondary DPS. But if you want to go for one single burst in raids and big damage jump for Spathadia, Tian is the man to make it happen if you can time it right. Enjoy the rest of Tian gameplay here and take some time to digest before I jump to Mushroom Boy, Ezra next.
Intriguing, isn't it? The films will tell. Sadly, these are counterfeits. Stay away from me.
That hurts, huh? Because...
this many. Sadly, these are counterfeits. Just as I am. Time to make up to time. Intriguing, isn't it? Fragrance and dazzle can easily infuse one's vision. I'm sorry.
Give me a hand, friends. I can't use alone.
Victory, the mother of arrogance.
Please be careful.
Special thanks to YY for sharing her account for this video. Let's see, where do I even begin for Aidzala aka Ezra Theodore? The brilliant mushroom scholar, healer, when he was first introduced. He has unique mechanic as a support that basically uses shield and buff critical damage and most importantly, add Moxie and Eureka bar to all allies. He is unique in the sense that he does not provide any heals to the team being a support. Let's briefly go through his skill set and get an understanding of his role in any team building. First skill, protection to the boy, basically an AoE damage that provides mushroom ability to reduce damage taken for all allies in exchange with certain % of your own health. Does that mean in prolonged battle like raid, his health will keep dropping? Yes, which is why we need Psycubes that has healing properties to upset this debuff mechanic. But he has shield from his second skill, isn't it? Well, the shield can probably take the early damage from raid boss until mid-game onwards. Second skill, stimulus to the mind. You lose % of health and grant shield for all allies. You can get up to 25% of Ezra max health as shield. Using the stats here, you can gain up to 3.5k health worth of shielding for 1 round. When mushroom grow to max level, you get 40% critical damage boost. So with all his skills losing health, there must be a way to avoid relying on Psycube to get some sustain, right? His Insight 3 sort of buys some sustain for Ezra. For every mushroom on the field, you recover some health. But at max, you can have 2 mushrooms on field. Let's jump into practical part of using Ezra, shall we? Best place to test would be to bring to Limbo 16. First we will want to put 2 mushrooms on the field as soon as possible. So we have to use skill 1 and skill 2 immediately to set Ezra up. This is why he is AP hungry. So, you need to pair with less AP hungry characters like 37, Chunyang, Tooth Fairy, 6. Spathadia is not a good pairing with Ezra because she is very AP hungry as well, but every AP used on Spathadia is worth because of the high damage output. Also another reason why I will put Spathadia as tier 1 DPS. As we can see here, Ezra's shield is not bad, but to offset the continuous health reduction, I bring Beyond Wonderland Psycube, which in my opinion is best in slot Psycube for Ezra. At max amplification, Beyond Wonderland gives 21% of crit rate to Ezra with some healing. Alternative Psycube, you can consider her Second Life, which is good for Ezra too, but I personally don't like it because to use this Psycube, you want to keep using Ezra's skill to stack Moxie and keep using the ultimate for sustain. Always remember, every AP must be used for DPS or debuff to set up for bigger damage output. Otherwise, you will feel stressed up if you cannot clear within the turn limit or get SSS ranks in raids. This boss in latest Limbo is quite annoying, can put your team in sleep debuff, another reason why I brought Buff God, 6 for his cleanse. In a team of 37 and Chunyang, your AP will be heavily spent on both 37 and Chunyang, your primary DPS threat. Also, to use Ezra, you have to really pay attention to whether you need to use blue or red mushroom. A normal skill rotation for blue mushroom for critical buff focus would be round 1, uses 1 second skill followed by round 2, use 1 second skill and 1 first skill, then round 3, use 1 second skill, and in round 4 you charged up ultimate.
Moment of utterance.
I truly feel Ezra is designed to pair with both 37 and Chunyang. But for Whale territory, especially Max Portrait 37, Vila, and Ezra is a very good but expensive team comp that basically deletes multiple enemies and has high damage output too. Now let's break down on why I skip Ezra Theodore. As a support, his shield only lasts 1 turn, which means he is supposed to be AP greedy. You have to keep using his skills every turn, whether for blue or red mushroom. If you are mainly using the red mushroom for damage reduction, then it feels wasteful to build red mushroom rotation when the point is to deal damage. Perhaps maybe in some circumstances, you just need to survive boss ultimate or tank hard hitting skill for one turn. For me, I don't really like to use complex characters. Ezra just do not feels good to use because you have to think and calculate few steps ahead. Since I mainly run 37 with one portrait, I am not using 37 as my main DPS unit. Even if pair with Ezra, it feels lacking because 37 truly shines at max portrait. She is one of the rare unit where her potential greatly locked behind portraits sadly. Also, in terms of content-wise, I still perfectly clear all raids with triple S and clear weekly limbo easily as well as any hard mode stages. Sadly, Ezra is just not worth my investment or suit my playstyle. But to those who do want to pull for Ezra, by any means go ahead and enjoy your style of gaming. After all, 重返未来 1999, aka Reverse 1999 is fun because we get the freedom to build any team and any characters can be used. Thank you for those who stays, listen, and support for all these while. Enjoy the remaining gameplay of Ezra. Cheers fellow timekeepers.
Isn't that... Please, take good care of yourself. Let's play peekaboo. I will help you. Don't forget to come visit me. Smaller than the stars, bigger than the mushrooms.
The moment of utterance.
The final demonstration. Coming! I'm here, with everyone.
We walk in long nights.
Welcome to the world of numbers. Mommy! Everyone will love the blue bubble garden. It's newly made this year. Isn't that...
The moment of silence.
Got you. Oh, there's a bubble.
We walk in long nights.
Snack time. You promise. Don't forget to come visit me. Coming. Coming. I'll fill the cup for you. Everyone will love the blue bubble garden.
Stay balanced. Time comes to speak of truth. Time comes to speak of truth.
I'm here with everyone.
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
An amazing discovery. Time to check my calculation. Smaller than the stars, bigger than the mushrooms. It could be found. The final demonstration. It's newly made this year. Loaded. Form is a bubble.
Victory secured. I should excuse myself.